The current economic challenges discourage them from playing active roles in the political advancement of the state.
Anytime you look at the voters' card, it must remind you of something, that you want to secure future for your children and the children unborn. This your voters' card will help you to eradicate all forms of discrimination and violence against women. Don't allow anybody to buy you from the best government. Are we not lucky?
Some members of the women group thanked and prayed for the success of the Aiyedatiwa administration while promising their support. In their messages of goodwill, the Special Advisor on Gender, Olamide Falana, her counterparts on Education and Women Affairs, Olawunmi Ilawole, and Seun Osamaye, Special Assistant on Women Mobilization, Mrs. Bayo Aina, and wife of the Head of Service, Mrs. Morayo Philip, as well as Mrs. Esakume Sarah Kebi, hailed Governor Aiyedatiwa for enhancing the welfare of women and all residents of the state at all levels.
If you look at the Ondo State statistics, we are about 5.3 million plus. And the women, we are 49.6%. That means we are almost half of Ondo State.
Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa, who thanked and appreciated all women and their groups in the state, said his administration will prioritize inclusion and empowerment of women across all levels of governance.
Let me assure you, our mothers, that our administration is not relenting in its efforts at making life better for our people in the state. We shall continue to pursue programs and policies to relieve parents of the burden of parenthood towards our children. This year, the state government had paid West African Examination Council fees for our children in public secondary schools. We have plans for bursary and scholarship, the details of which are being worked out. The state government has set up Agriculture and Food Security Committee that is doing a good job. Our commitment to ensuring that no family goes to bed hungry in Ondo State is total.
While acknowledging the contributions of women to societal development, Governor Aiyedatiwa said his administration will continue to identify with 35% affirmation. He admonished the women not to allow their words be used by desperate politicians so as to ensure peaceful conduct of the election, leading to the sustenance of the impactful governance in the state. The event was also used to honor deserving individuals, while an award of excellence was presented to Governor Aiyedatiwa in appreciation and recognition of his efforts to develop the state and the women folk. From the International Culture and Event Center, the Dome in Akure, Wahab Bankole, Osrc News.
Ondo State government will soon create 2 new technical schools and rehabilitate the older ones towards empowering youth in the state. The state governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa was speaking at the 2024 World Youth Skill Day in Akure, the Ondo State capital. Government House correspondent Zimo Ebiemi was there, and the report is presented from our studios.
July 15 every year is designated as the World Youth Skill Day by the United Nations Assembly through the 2014 Declaration. The day is meant to celebrate younger generation as partners in societal development. It is an avenue to recognize the importance of skill acquisition as a means of empowerment and job creation in Ondo State. The World Youth Skill Day, with the theme Skill for Peace and Development, brought together youth from the 18 local government areas of the state. Ondo State Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa, represented by his deputy, Dr. Olayide Adelami, urged the youth to change their mindset and look inwards as the white-collar jobs are no more available in society.
It is a testament of facts today that one of the fundamental global challenges facing the youth is unemployment and underemployment. Many youths are doing what they are not supposed to do. This has been one of the factors likely responsible for their involvement in all shades of social crises. This is further compounded by improper mindset and misguided value. There is therefore an urgent need to change this negative narrative.
According to the governor, 2 new technical schools would be established, while existing ones would be given facelift.
It is my belief that the solution to these challenges lies in the appropriate value reorientation and the need to put in place structures and systems to assist our youth in acquiring high-quality skills to positively contribute to a productive economy. I am therefore thrilled to note the theme for this year's World Youth Skill Day celebration: Youth Skills for Peace and Development. The theme is aimed at recognizing and promoting the importance of equipping young people with skills for entrepreneurship, employment, and decent job.
The Ondo State Commissioner for Youth and Sport Development, Mr. Saka Yusuf Ogunleye, represented by the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry, Mrs. Tolu Adeyemi, said government would continue to do everything possible in ensuring that the youths are well empowered in the state.
The current trend in youth population growth has significantly affected the socio-economic policies and agenda of the country. This, amongst others, has amplified the need to acquire high-quality skills to positively contribute to a productive economy, thus creating access to the labor market.
The event also featured the inauguration of One Youth, One Skill scheme towards ensuring that the teeming youths in the society are engaged.
The newly appointed heads of local government administration have been tasked to lead with vision, integrity, and accountability to ensure effective service delivery. Chairman, Local Government Service Commission Femi Idris gave the charge at a one-day induction and training organized for the newly appointed officials of the local government and local council development areas of the state. Joy Pius reports that the attendees dwelled on the theme towards building and managing effective team, crisis management, leadership, and administration.
The 47 newly appointed heads of local government administration in Ondo State converged for an induction and training program organized by the Ondo State Local Government Service Commission. In the welcome address, Permanent Secretary of the Commission, Dr. Bayo Ilawole, noted that leadership is all about service, charging the officers to prioritize inclusive decision-making and embrace continuous learning and capacity building.
It is necessary that before we deploy them to take action as is expected and guided by rules and regulations, we must also refreshing their brain and give them specific instructions on what to do. To whom much is given, much is expected. And in as much as our actions are guided by rules and regulations, as a commission, we are to leverage, not only leverage, give specific instruction to our own staffs and tell them what is expected of them, and that is exactly why we are here.
Chairman of the Commission, Femi Idris, congratulated the newly inducted officers, highlighting their pivotal roles in the local government of Ondo State.
You are embarking on a journey that will enhance your skills and knowledge in building and managing effective teams, crisis management, and administration. These skills are essential to drive progress and development in our local government. Your ability to build and manage effective teams, manage crises, and administer your local governments effectively will shape the lives of our citizens and the future of our communities.
In his keynote address, the head of service, Bayo Philip, encouraged the officers to be good ambassadors and make a difference in their area of jurisdiction.
The Commission no doubt has appointed you based on your competence and dedication. Now it is time to apply your expertise in fulfilling your duties and responsibilities in your respective areas of assignment. As newly appointed administrators, you will face significant responsibilities anchored on high expectations. I am, however, confident that with the right mindset, skills, commitment, and teamwork, you will deliver.
For the participants, they were equipped with knowledge and skills to effectively transform the local government administration of Ondo State. Joy Pius, Osrc News.
As part of Ondo State government's efforts to provide access to potable water to households, re-engineering and rehabilitation work on a water facility is set to commence in Igbokoda, headquarters of the larger council area. Commissioner for Water Resources, Public Sanitation and Hygiene, Sunday Akinwalere, led officers of the ministry for an on-the-spot assessment of the facility, which had been abandoned for years. Osrc's Saeed Arabisana reports that the team also interfaced with members of the community.
Welcome to Igbokoda, the headquarters of Ilaje Council area of Ondo State. Like many towns and communities around here, water is everywhere. But potable water is a luxury, sometimes too much to afford, while many taps around here have run dry.
Water we normally drink here, we bought it from Oktigwa local government. They use tanker to bring it down here.
However, succor is coming with the Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa administration now assuring the people of a positive turnaround. That necessitated the visit of Ondo Commissioner for Water Resources, Public Sanitation and Hygiene to this facility in the town for an on-the-spot assessment preparatory to the takeoff of a water scheme that will serve households in the area. The Commissioner, Sunday Akinwalere, said the moribund facility, which was inaugurated in 2008, will be re-engineered and rehabilitated in line with current best practices for sustainability.
The rehabilitation being approved will curb what we say people taking water that is not hygienic, and most especially this time around we are talking about the spread of cholera. Mr. Governor is so passionate about the health of our people. Our people need good water, and that is why he has directed and he's even approved the complete re-engineering of this water scheme, and within the next couple of weeks the water will flow.
Mr. Akinwalere said the intervention is part of Governor Aiyedatiwa's holistic approach to alleviating the suffering of the people across the state.
We are giving the Central District pipe-bomb water within the next couple of months, less than 18 months. The whole of Central District of Akure South, Akure North, Idore, Fedore, Ondo West, Ondo East, and Ilaoluji community will benefit. And we are targeting not less than 2,500 households. And by that, 5 per household will give you about 4 million, not less than 4 million, between 4 million and 5 million that will benefit from that water scheme.
General Manager, Ondo State's Rural Water Supply and Sanitation Agency, Oladimiji Afolabi, explained the scientific method to ensure that the water is safe for use.
The system that we call RO is quite simple, and unlike the area where you had formerly you had the alum, you have lime, you had chlorines and all that. Here now it is filter media that's going to pass through the process, and it's a new technology that is superb and efficient in sustainability, and that is actually where we are putting in place.
The officials from the Water Resources, Public Sanitation and Hygiene Ministry also visited the Olu of Igbokoda on the need for the community to take ownership of the project when completed to avoid vandalism. The traditional ruler, Oba Afolabi Oladimeji Odidiomo, and youth leader of Igbokoda, Wale Odiyeye, commended Governor Aiyedatiwa for his intervention.
I just want to put that one in. I want to thank the governor and the government today for remembering us in this area to see how to put in place a workable water supply, as it were. We really appreciate it.
I'm very happy, in fact, to see that. If that will really help, I will appreciate it and we pray for the government.
The first phase of the project is expected to be completed in about 3 months. Sahid Aribisala, Osrc News.
Experts have reacted to recent building collapses reported across Nigeria, challenging building owners, governments and professionals to play their part for a lasting solution. Chairman, Nigeria Institute of Architects Ondo State Chapter, Adetunji Bello, and the State Chairman, Nigeria Institute of Engineers Ondo State, Razak Ejibunu, while speaking with Osrc, frowned at the incident which has become frequent in the country. According to them, governments must work together with the stakeholders to ensure that quackery becomes a thing of the past.
We have seasoned professionals in the built environment, but the problem is that they are not being patronized. They patronize people that we refer to as quacks, both in all professions. Maybe in architecture, as an architect, as a quack architect, or there is a quack in that profession. Even in engineering, we have quacks. Even in quantity survey, we have quacks. So people patronize quacks more than the professionals. We saw some things that are not working well. Then we are trying to book an appointment with the governor, our able governor, Ayedatua. Once we are able to meet him, and I know he has a listening ear, he will listen to us. We don't pray for such thing in Ondo State. And I know as far as we are here, as professionals, qualified professionals, will not allow any building collapse with the help of the government.
Until all hands are on deck, on the government side, as an association, on individuals, and things like that. You know, it is the government that enforces law. If the government can, put the law down, which is in existence, and they enforce it, and then there is monitoring. One thing is for somebody to have a law and to enforce it, and then there is a monitoring agency to make sure that they are carrying out all this and everything is working as it should be. So my counsel is, whether it is government or individuals, they should patronize professionals. Every professional has an input when it comes to building, when it comes to bridges, when it comes to road. It's not just like somebody selling banana or granite on the roadside. Every professional, and one thing, even among professionals, as a structural engineer, I cannot take the job of an architect. Everybody should know his boundary.
Although building collapse is not rampant in Ondo State, but necessary action must be taken to avoid the tragedy. Ondo State Primary Health Care Development Agency has advised residents of Akure against exposing themselves to the present harsh weather conditions to avoid contracting diseases. The Director of Medical Laboratory Services, Ondo State Primary Health Care Development Agency, Dr. Bankole Adeyemi, made the plea while speaking with the Osrc reporter in Akure. Tosin Adibowale has more.
Down daily temperature has been relatively low in Akure, the state capital, for the past couple weeks, despite scattered downpours. This usually comes with cold, catarrh, pneumonia, diarrhea, malaria, and waterborne diseases, which are illnesses associated with the rainy season. A medical expert, Dr. Bankole Adeyemi, highlights the diseases associated with the cold weather, encouraging residents to invest in durable and portable rain gear.
Pneumonia is caused by a bacteria, which is very, very delicate if you get to the wrong part of the body. And even though it's curable, but the mortality rate from it is sometimes very, very high. Sometimes if it is, there's tendency to leave many food uncovered. So cholera is another disease that we need to watch out for, and which can be prevented with good personal hygiene, keeping our food covered, warm your food, don't give your family cold food, when they are going to school in the morning, make sure their food are warm. Time like this, we have catarrh caused by Neisseria catarrhelli, which is very, very rampant. Cold, normal flu. You also need to avoid damp area, take fresh air, and make your room ventilated. This is time to watch what your children wear, what you wear, what your teenagers are wearing. This is not the time for them to do copycat because they want to look like their friend in school. They must put on good clothes.
Dr. Bankole Adeyemi, while speaking on preventive measures, also implored residents to make sure there's no stagnation of rainwater as the puddle will encourage breeding of mosquitoes.
There is continuous rainfall, bushes are growing up, and this also constitutes breeding place for malaria parasite, for mosquito, which normally transmit malaria parasite. So you want to keep your bush around your house, around your vicinity down, keep them low, or you remove them at time like this. Avoid stagnant water. You know, mosquito is not only malaria they transmit. We have different type of mosquito that transmit other type of fever, which could constitute significant health damage to the family. So you do a lot of good to your family and to yourself when you keep your house free from mosquito breeding space.
It is the rainy season, and diseases associated with attendant cold weather can be prevented by adhering to the preventive measures. Tosi Adeboale, Osrc News.
And now in sports, the winner of the 2024-2025 Nigerian Premier Football League (NPFL) will get improved prize money of 200 million naira, a 33.3% increase from last season's 150 million naira. NPFL Chairman Bengai Legbeleye announced the increment after the annual general meeting of the board and club owners in Abuja, where the club also agreed on the August 31 proposed kickoff date for the new season, as well as a 38-game format. Match day 1 fixtures for the season were also released, with reigning champions Enugu Rangers taking on President Federation Cup champions El Kaneme Warriors in the first game of the season on Saturday, August 31.
Let me tell you, when we came in some 2 seasons ago, we discovered that the prize money for winner of the league, well, 50 million naira they say, but the winner never gets anything. They didn't get the money. We promised we'll give the winner 100 million. Some people were shouting, hey, money, where will they get it? By the time we finish, even our pre-season, we gave winner 100 million. Then the winner of last season, the season before, we gave 100 million. Then again, Rangers won this season. We have improved by giving Rangers 150 million. So when we finish our league today, a day or two after, the champion get the money. So next season, the winner will get 200 million. That is it. And this award of best player, we gave 1 million, best coach 1 million. We continue to encourage our league system. We want the Nigerian football ecosystem to have a new look, for people to have confidence in us. We want to inject more money into the system so that players will not be able to run to smaller countries to start looking for a club to play for. We want them to stay at home. By staying at home, our best legs are here. We pay them well. Then we have a lot of people, players play for Super Eagles from the local league. That's what we're trying to do.
NPFL Chairman Benga Elegbele is speaking there. And with that, we conclude the news this afternoon. Thank you very much for watching. Do join us at 6 for the news updates. Do enjoy the rest of your day.